there. I was waiting for you. How are you? Oh, I'm Hermione Granger. Nice to meet you. You must be who I'm tutoring today. Is that right? Oh, good. Perfect. So, oh yeah, sure, take a seat. Of course. Sure. Would you like to look at a menu or something? Or we can call someone over. They were just here a moment ago, but we can call them over if you want. No? Oh sure, we can get something to drink afterwards, maybe. Okay. Not a problem. Alright. So, McGonagall told me that you were having a bit of trouble with some spell work. Sure, of course. I usually tutor most nights a week, but no one's ever asked me to come to Hogsmeade. I don't mind at all. It's quite refreshing, actually. Alright, so what is it that you need help with exactly? Oh, you brought a journal. Okay, good. Can I see it? Okay, thank you. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay, so it seems here that you're doing quite well with potions. Not bad, not a bad mark at all. No. But you do need quite some work on your wand and casting. Sure. Spellwork is quite easy, simple for me, so it won't be a problem. Of course I can help you. Okay, so first things first, wands at the ready. I brought mine too, just in case. This is my wand. First thing that you want to do when you have a wand is thoroughly get yourself acquainted with it. Alright? Make sure that you've got a bond with it. Yes, so keep it with you, bring it around with you. When you go back home, take it along with you wherever you go, in your back pocket or in your bag, whatever. As long as you have it with you, it should bond nicely with you, right? Think of it as a separate entity of yourself. So just you, in another form. You want to bond with it. You want to make sure that it knows that you're in charge, but it's got a crucial role, the wand. Yes. It harnesses your magic, blows right through it, helps you to propel it forward, and gives you another boost, of course, as well. Right. So let's hold our wands for a moment and get acquainted with them. Feel their energy, thank them for their power and their help. Right. Hold. Perfect. Right. Another good tip to get yourself acquainted with your wand and form a bond and relationship with it is to polish it. I polish mine maybe once a week or so. Oh yes, they do enjoy a nice polishing once in a while, so I do recommend doing that. that we have felt the wand and bonded with it a bit, we can start our spell work. Right. Okay, so I've got a list of all the different types of spells, well, wand casting spells anyway, that you're going to need for sure in your second year, was it? Right. Your second year owls. And so you're going to need to know, I'd say maybe 70% of these spells, but I'm going to teach you some extra ones so that you can win some extra points. Yes, that should definitely help you to boost up your percentage in your owls, okay? Don't worry, we're going to get your markup in a jiff, okay? You can count on me, one of the best tutors in all of Hogwarts. It's true, I do take very good pride in that. So, I put these in no particular order, so bear with me. I might start off with some ones that you have never even heard of before, okay? But these will really help you win some extra points, so ready? Wands at the ready. Wonderful. The first one I'm going to teach you is called Locomotor, okay? Now, this one is concentrated at the wand tip, so you're going to do a lot of this, okay? Sometimes you need the whole wand to be moving to cast a spell. In this one, you only need the tip. The harder you do it, the more difficult it's going to be to centralize and focus, right? So, tip only, like that. Okay. Locomotor is like this. Up. Perfect. Yes, it's like a number 4. Well, if you do it, it's a number 4. From my perspective, it's a number 4 anyway. In yours, it's a mirrored number 4. Okay, so once again from the top. Wand up. Diagonal across. Perfect. Once more. Up. Diagonal across. Slowly. Up. Diagonal across. Locomotor. Let's try it all together. Locomotor. Perfect. Once more. Locomotor. Good. Wonderful. Do you know what this spell does? You do know some Latin then. Perfect. Most of these spells are Latin based, so it's good to know it. Locomotor moves an object without you having to lift a finger. Comes in handy when moving your trunk to anywhere basically, Hogwarts or on the train. Perfect. So that way, I just gave you a little trick, a tip. You'll never have to lift a finger to move your trunk again. Sounds good, doesn't it? Perfect. Remember, locomotor. Good. You've got it. Second spell I'm going to teach you. This one's quite handy and most of the professors already use it quite a lot, especially with Fred and George around. So, this spell is called Finite Incantatum. Finite Incantatum. Perfect. So, it goes like this. Once more. So cross, diagonal, downwards, like a Z. This one is in the center part, so you can move your wand a bit more. Okay, so once more. And let's say the entire spell together. Venite incantatum. Venite incantatum. Once more. Venite incantatum. Perfect. This spell stops an ongoing spell or incantation that's going on right now at the moment. Finish the spell is basically it. Quite handy in case you're doing an owl exam and your interviewer, your professor is asking you to finish whatever you're doing. Yeah, perfect. Okay, next one. This one is fully at the bottom, okay? So it goes like this. Up, down, and a loop. Up, down, and a loop. Okay, and this is the incantation. Incendio. 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 Perfect. Incendio. Do you know what that means? Yes, it is a fire-making spell. Perfect for when you're trying to roast some marshmallows and your matches have gone amiss. Good. Perfect. Let's try another. This one's similar, but it's upside down and it does something completely different. Oh, and by the way, I'm not putting any emphasis on any of the words because I don't want to start a fire in Hogsmeade. Of course, when you're doing this in real life with a professor, you want to say it with full emphasis. Make sure to say it with heart and feeling so that the spell actually works. I'm saying it with the least amount of heart and feeling as possible because I really don't want to cause a mess here. Okay? Okay, good. Okay, next one. Downwards, up. Downwards and up. Okay, this one is also in the middle of the wand, so you can move the entirety up. Downwards and up. Now for the spell. Ventus. 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 No, it's Ventus. Ventus. Yes, like that. Perfect. You got it. Do you know what that spell's for? It's actually a jinx. When said right with the right amount of enunciation, that spell causes a propelled force or gush of air to come through from the tip of your wand and causes sort of like a very small hurricane of wind. Depending on the strength of your voice, it could be a very light puff of air, or you can really do some damage with quite a small tornado of sorts. Yes, so be sure to use that with caution. Don't want any roofs to start flying about. Right? Okay. Next one. Right, so this one you use at the base of your wand. So you must move the entirety of it. Okay? From the base. The entire wand. All of it. Okay? Arresto momentum. Once more. Arresto momentum. It's an M shape, right? Good. good way to think of the spells is in some of them they do have the first letter of the spell or incantation or jinx as the movement of the wand itself. For example, Ventus is a V. Arresto momentum, momentum is with an M. Okay, good tip. Right, that should get you out of a tough spot in case you forget something while you're taking your owls. Okay, so arresto momentum is for stopping or rather slowing down a moment in time. It's to slow down something. It could be a falling object or someone going too fast. Yes, I actually use this one when with some fairies. It's a very long story, but we'll get into that another date. Okay, this one is probably not going to be in your exam, but it's good to know in case you're locked out of something or you forgot your key, something like that. So, yeah. That's Alohomora. Alohomora. So it's sort of like a circle and it goes down. A circle and it goes down. Alohomora. Alohomora. Do you see that? Alohomora. And that's all this part here in the wand. Okay, so all of it. Alohomora is actually a door opening spell, or rather it's called the unlocking charm because it just unlocks all doors. Of course, if they're not locked or closed with magic, then you need a whole different spell. But Alohomora can be used for doors that are locked without a spell or charm on them. Okay, this one is quite simple. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. It's one of the first that you ever learn in class. Okay. Wingardium Leviosa. So swish and flick. Right? Swish and flick. Oh, no. My friend Ron had the exact same problem. It's Leviosa. Leviosa. The A is quite short, so it's not R, it's A. Leviosa. Okay. Right. Let's move on. This one's really good. What shape was that in? Once more. You're right. It is an R. So that's also from the tip from before. R for Revelio. Okay? Revelio. And that's also using all of the, I'd say, third of the wand. So, Revelio. Okay? Nice and slow. Up, Revelio. Good. Up, around, down. Up, around, down. Revelio. Perfect. Revelio. Wonderful. You're very good at it. So this charm reveal concealed objects or objects that are made to seem invisible to the naked eye with a charm or magic. Okay, so say you're in a room and an object has been charmed or enchanted to appear invisible, you would use Revelio, and whatever it is that you're trying to find will suddenly appear in front of you. Okay, this charm is also, you can use this also to make someone's true form appear. Sometimes people could use a spell to look different, and you use Revelio to reveal their true form. Perfect. That's a good one. Right, let's move on. This one's a fun one, and it might not be on your owls this year, but definitely will be in your owls next year. So the sooner you learn it, the better for everyone, and you won't have to study for it next year. Right? So start at the bottom, swish, and then swish outwards. So it's sort of like a wave. Okay. Okay. Good. Swish. 1, 2. A bit quicker. 1, 2. Quicker. 1, 2. Quicker. 1, 2. Perfect. Good. Ready for the incantation? Metallojinx. Metallojinx. You use the entirety of this one, and you must use a full voice out loud rather strongly, I'd say too as well. Metallojinx. Do you know what that does? So it is an incantation that causes a small localized thunderstorm or thundercloud, rain basically, or changes the existing clouds that are currently around you to start raining. Lots of agricultural wizards and witches use this when there's a drought, so it's quite handy. Metallojinx. Perfect. Okay. Okay, this one's a bit funny, but I just thought I'd throw that in there just to make you laugh. Okay, so Tarantalegra. 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 It's a W shape, or yeah, just a W shape. Tarantalegra. This is the feet dancing spell. It causes the person that you're trying to enchant to have a sudden need to dance. Yes. To do the spell, you must have a clear view of the victim and use your full outside voice. Tarantalegra. Don't tell anyone I showed you that one. Okay. This one's good, and it will be on your owls this year. Okay, so an S. Start at the top, and this one you want to have your wand upright, not pointed, upright. Okay? Good. Do you know what that is? S shape, okay. it's not the first initial of this spell. Okay, keep that in mind. This is Mimble Wimble. Mimble Wimble. Mimble Mimble Wimble. Mimble Wimble. Okay, so this is the tongue tying spell. It is to keep someone from revealing a secret, a specific secret. It's a charm. So every time they try to talk about that specific thing that you don't want them to reveal to someone, they can't seem to get it out. So it's quite handy for if you're trying to keep a certain spell or a secret in general from someone. Yes. Lots of mothers actually use this spell on their children to keep them from cursing or otherwise doing naughty things, or rather saying naughty things to their siblings or teachers. So take from that what you will, and yeah. Okay, this one's easy. You should probably already know this one from the tip. Okay. Okay, ready? Lumos. Right, Lumos. That's easy. You know that one already. Good for you. Okay, and downwards. Nox. Nox. Lumos. Nox. Good. I was sure you knew that already, but just to make sure. Right, causes a little light at the tip of your wand. Perfect. You're doing great. Okay. Just like the R, but it's more of like a P. Okay, so like this. Like this. Roundabout and down. Round and down. Round and down. Okay, this is Descendio. 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 Right. This is to make things go downwards. In case you didn't get it already. Descend. Descendio. Okay, and the other way, upwards. So roundabout, up. Roundabout, up. Ascendio. Ascendio. Right. This is to make things go up, obviously. Quite simple, right? Good. Next one. Swish and down. Right. This is easy. It's sort of like Wingardium Leviosa, where you swish and flick, but it's backwards. Okay, so swish this way and flick downwards. This is why a lot of people fail their exams, because lots of these wand movements are quite similar. They're just reversed or upside down, or you can just get plain old confused. So it's a good thing that you came with me to practice today. I'm quite proud of you. Good. So the mirrored version of Wingardium Leviosa, so this way, okay, is Silencio. Right? Silencio. So swish backwards and down, not forwards and down. Alright, so to your left, which is that way. Silencio. And this is a silencing charm to temporarily mute your victim. You must have a clear view of who you're performing this to, because you can't just think of the person. It doesn't work like that. Yeah. Okay, so this one is going to be on this is this portion of the wand. Across and down. To your right. Across and down. Expelliarmus. 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 Yes. Across and down. Across and down. Wonderful, wonderful. Perfect. Remember to use your full outside voice with feeling. Expelliarmus. Right. The disarming charm causes whatever weapon is in the opponent's hand to fly off with force. Could be a wand, could be a knife, whatever it is that they've got in their hand will fly away. Great, great charm to, or rather it's a spell, not a charm. It's a great spell to use when you're in combat. Okay, keep that in mind. Wonderful. Okay, this is one that I used when I first met one of my most bestest friends ever. Harry Potter. Do you know him? Yes, but he doesn't like to be called that, so I'd avoid it if I were you. Okay, so Reparo. A full circle, but it's more like a spiral really. Start at the centre and move the wand around slowly. Centre, slowly round. Good. Perfect. So it's like this. Reparo. 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 Good. I used that to repair his glasses when we first met in the first year of Hogwarts. Yes, it was a rather interesting meeting, to say the least. Okay, last ones. Oh, this is one that you're going to use for sure in your owl. They're going to ask for this because you're going to have to fill up a cup. Argumenti. So wave. Argumenti. Looks like a wave, doesn't it? Sort of a hump. Argumenti. Argumenti. So you use the tip of your wand, focalising the tip to do most of the movement. Okay, so argumenti. Argumenti. Okay, so this conjures a small stream or jet of water from the tip of your wand. To concentrate it, you want to do it nice and slowly, or else it will just blast out and wet everyone. Okay, so nice and slow. Argumenti. Right. Argumenti. Perfect. Right. Do you want to try that one out? I've got a empty cup right here. Do you want to try it? Right. Courage now. Argumenti. Wonderful. You got it. I'm so proud. Good. Good job. Okay. 3 more. This one you have to move the entire wand. And you're also going to use this next year in your Defense Against the Dark Arts class. So, like this. Stupefy. So it's a V, but the bottom diagonal and then across, so the across part is straight, rather the first part is diagonal. So you see it goes sort of like a diagonal across, like a V, but like a V that's fallen So, stupefy. Stupefy. Remember, move the entire wrist, okay, the entire hand. The whole wand has to move as well, okay. Stupefy. Right, now, this is a stunning spell. It renders the victim unconscious or semi-unconscious, depending on how much you mean it, basically. Right, okay, good. Perfect. Now, they're going to have a couple of different volunteers, and you're going to have to, use Expelliarmus or Stupefy on them, just so they can mark you on how well you do, your performance and all that. So I would say grab a group of friends, study partners or classmates, and I wouldn't necessarily advise you to practice on them, but you could just simply do something along those lines. So anywho, last two. This one is across, diagonal, and then straight up. Across, diagonal, straight up. So this uses this portion of the wand and wrist action as well. So cross, diagonal, up, cross, diagonal, up. Remember, don't do this because that's something else. Don't curve the last part. It has to go up right away, swiftly. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, very fast. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Flick, flick. Okay. Use your wrist to flick. Don't move the wand sloppily, because that is just not going to work and it's not going to be very efficient, and you might end up just doing something completely different. So 1, 2, 3, flick, 1, 2, 3, flick, 1, 2, flick. Perfect, you've got it. Wonderful. So now with the words, this is a jinx, by the way. A pungo. A pungo. A pungo. A pungo. Yes, like that. A pungo. Perfect. So, this one is also going to be in your Defense Against the Dark Arts next year, but it could win you some points this year, since you are a second year student doing third year spell work. It might give you some extra points to boost up your grade, okay? So, a pungo. Do you know what that is? It's a jinx that causes another person to attack your victim or opponent. Right, so say someone is coming towards you in an aggressive manner to try to harm you, and you've got a few other standers by. First things first, what do you do? Good, Expelliarmus. Right, perfect. Always make sure that the hands are without a weapon, because as soon as someone's got a wand in their hand, they could hurt you rather badly. So make sure to not have that around, of course. Afterwards, you could use a pungo to get a few of these standers by to come and help you attack your attacker, basically. You should not practice this with someone, especially if you aren't very practiced with the Finite Incantatum spell. I'd say practice that one first before doing a bungo on anyone, because whoever you are controlling to attack your attacker won't stop until you stop the incantation, of course. So they could just very well beat them to a pulp if you're not experienced. Okay, so first things first, practice your Finite Incantatum. Okay, good. Last thing, and this will help you loads in your apology class, okay? You're going to win massive points for this one. Okay, so the entire wand now, okay? Remember, all of your wrist. The whole of it must go up and downwards. Up and down. Right, good. Now, 1, 2, 3, down and around. H, down and around. So, down and then around. The around part can be done slowly. So, down and around, down and around. Perfect. Do you know what that one does? If it's an H. No problem, I could tell you. Herbivicus. 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 Good. Now, this spell rapidly increases the growth of plants or flowers that you've got around you, specifically to the one that's in front of you where you're pointing your wand. Okay, so you must point when you're doing the spell. So, herbivicus, right? Yes, this will just be perfect when you're doing your apology owls, okay? Good, so remember, herbivicus. That way you don't have to wait for your plant to grow, you can do it in a jiff. Wonderful. And that's all of the spells that you're going to need, plus a few random ones I like to throw in there just for fun. So, we're done. Sure, it wasn't a problem at all, of course. Anytime you need some help, you know where to find me. Usually at the library, not under the restricted section at all, but in that general area. I'm glad that you found that easy and simple to follow. I pride myself on that. Do you want to order something now?